Hey guys, Todd from Lowbrow Customs here again. Those pesky stock mirrors getting you down? Look at that. Does that look like it's gonna stay tight going down the road? Heck no, hell no. We got you covered. We got these cycle standard mirrors on Lowbrow Customs website, lowbrowcustoms.com. Get you a set. Real inexpensive, easy to install. We're gonna show you how. All right, we're gonna need a whopping 2 tools for this job. 1/2-inch wrench and a 5/8 wrench. This is kind of a funky setup they got going on these Harley-Davidsons here, how the turn signal's connected to the mirror. But we're gonna get her done and we'll get everything all repositioned. Those look like they're kind of out of whack anyway, so we'll fix that up while we're going along here. Let's go ahead and get this mirror removed. So on the left side, we got us an acorn nut under here. We're gonna take that acorn nut off. And you'll see when we get it loose, turn signal is gonna fall off. So you might wanna put your hand on it so it doesn't hit your gas tank. Because nobody wants a gas tank dent while they're just trying to put a simple set of mirrors on. So if we had 3 hands, this would probably work out a little better, but we'll get it done. We're gonna loosen that up and we're gonna hold that turn signal with our hand. Bam, we're gonna pull that off of there. Oh, there goes our washer. Okay. If you got an old car wash towel or nice soft blanket or something, you can put that on your gas tank. And let's get the new mirror here. Get her going. Not only are these mirrors inexpensive, look how cool they are. Look at that. Woo! So, you are going to need to install the stem first. And they come with some adapters, a variety of assortment of different things here, depending on if you have turn signals or not, or hanging off. Maybe your turn signals are down here. Maybe you have a totally different model that doesn't have any turn signals like that. But at any rate, I'll show you these different things on here. We'll take our nut and lock washer off. And here we have a little beveled washer. A lot of bikes have that on top there, like so. We also have a flat washer. Good idea to put that on the bottom before the lock washer. And then we have a spacer. And that's for if it's too long when you stick it through the hoe, you can put the spacer on there to make less thread showing on the other end. And then we have another flat washer, which either way, you can put the flat washer on the top or you can use the other washer. It's your choice. We give you that choice. Choices, got all kinds of them. Different parts for different bikes. All right, you may notice on this mirror, you've got that little bevel on there. That looks nice when it's on there. Look at that, look at that. Other than the mirror's worn out and won't stay tight. So for this application, I'm gonna choose the beveled washer and put it on like a so. Look at that. See, nice finished look to it. Okay, I like the way that looked. Let's go ahead and try the turn signal on there and see if we have enough thread showing there for this application. Oh, Jiminy Christmas, I don't think that's gonna work out. All right, let's try something different here. I just don't feel there's gonna be enough thread showing on there for, I'd like to use the flat washer, the lock washer, and the nut all on there, and I just don't think that's gonna have enough thread engagement, so let's go ahead and remove that one. And you might go through the same thing on your bike, depending on what year it is, what controls you have on it, what setup you have going on. Well, let's see how it looks with no washer. Well, that doesn't look so great because the old mirror, the serrated washer that used to be on there, that's around here somewhere, kind of dug into that black paint. You could always touch it up if you like. So we'll try just a flat washer on there instead of the beveled one. That looks like it'll be okay. And let's have another look at how many threads we have showing now. Oh, heck yeah, that looks like it's going to be way better. Okay, so we'll go ahead and grab our other fasteners over here. A little tricky there. You may also notice on here there's a little nubby on the bottom of this, and there's a hole on this bracket for the signal. That needs to be lined up. like so. And then we'll just kind of hand tighten that a little bit more. So that, there we go. And then we'll snug it up in preparation for positioning, putting our mirror on and positioning it where we like it. We're not going to final tighten this right now. We're just going to tighten it up enough so that it won't move when we put the mirror on. When we get done, we're going to crank it down. Okay, see how we can still get some movement out of that, because we're going to want to put our mirror on, and then we're going to want to sit on the bike and look at the mirror and see if we can see where we're going or where we've been, whichever the case may be. Okay. This is just going to slide over it like so. Allows you a multitude of adjustments. It swivels this way, it moves this way, and it also goes up and down the shaft. I think we're going to probably end up with it more towards the end, and you'll see in the end here is a set screw. And the mirrors come with a little Allen wrench to tighten down that set screw. When you tighten that down, it clamps it against this. So I can pretty much tell by the relationship of the edge of the mirror and this switch housing that I'm going to want it towards the end. So I'm going to put it on there probably about that much, and I'm going to snug this down. It's worth noting, if you continue to change the position of this and tighten it down every time, you're probably going to mark up that shaft that we're putting this on, and then you might end up with an unsightly clamping down something that you're not going to want to look at. Okay. There we go. Now we can hop on the bike now and take a look. Hell, we could go for a ride on the lift. Okay, anytime you're positioning mirrors, you want to just see your shoulder in the edge of the mirrors. What I personally like that one's all out of whack. Oh, we're getting rid of that anyway. So right now I can just see my shoulder. I think I'm going to go ahead and, that's a little bit too far forward. And remember too, once this is tight, we can also move the head of the mirror to change it, but it's only going to go so far. So I think that's going to probably be a good spot for it right there. Now we can go ahead and tighten this while supporting the stem so it's not going to turn on there while you're tightening it. And seriously guys, crank this sucker down. Not so much that you break your new mirror, just get her nice and tight, because you don't want that mirror moving. That was a one grunt tighten there. Okay, now that we've got that done, we can go ahead and tighten our set screw here, because we're pretty happy with where that is. And if you got some blue Loctite floating around the garage, probably not a bad idea, because you're probably not going to change the setting on this again. Tighten that down. Done. Now, you may notice this turn signal is kind of facing off to the frickin' side. That's kind of screwy. So what we can do to fix that is there's a nut on the top of the turn signal. Oh, look at that. Whoa, look at that. Whoa. Oh, see, now there's also a swivel in there too. So this is tighten that up. There she is, nice and straight. And this is one of Harley's really great ideas. There we go. And then I tightened that keeps it from moving in the swivel. We'll show you a little bit more about that on the other side, because that side, this nut is actually attached to the threads on the mirror. Left side's done. Let's go ahead and attack the right side. All right, this side, the attachment's a little bit different. The turn signal actually is attached to a swivel, which in turn has a nut. I'll show you when we get it off of there. So you're gonna wanna take the turn signal off. Oh goodness, take the turn signal off this piece, and it's spinning on there. So I'm sorry, at the beginning I said you're only gonna need 2 wrenches. Yeah, we're gonna need 3. So we'll get another wrench on this. Sometimes if you have something that's kind of stuck, it'd be better if I had another 5/8 that was long too, but what you can do is you can put the 2 together like so and use it as leverage and go, oh boy, that's real tight. Oh, it's upside down. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Come on, gang. Ah, there she goes. Look at her go. So you can use 2 wrenches for leverage. So we're going to take the signal off, once again being careful that it doesn't go too far away from where it needs to be. It's got a little clip on the bar, so it's going to hang right there. And then to take the mirror off, we're going to loosen this little do-jobber. I think we might have had a little bit of corrosion going on there. Probably mirrors haven't been off here since 2001. Okay. There we go. Off with the old, in with the new. Here's the little Audi fastener we're going to be reusing this on the bottom of the new mirror. We're not going to use the acorn on the other side because we have to reattach our turn signal. So let's grab our mirror. All right, you may notice on this fastener when you take it off the bike, it's threaded all the way through. So what we don't want is the threads sticking out the bottom, because then they'll interfere with this. And we do want it to match the other side, so what I've done is I've put the flat washer on the top like I did on the other side. And we'll go ahead and try this with, we do want a flat washer and a lock washer on this side like we did on the other side. So let's put this on there like this and see if that's going to work. And, oh heck yeah, that's going to be just fine. So we're just going to snug this. We're not going to crank it down yet. And then we're going to double check. There we go. Still got a little bit of play. And we're still good on the threads there after snugging it down. Once again, the Allen wrench that comes with the mirror. And I'm just going to make it even with the other side, so it looks uniform. Looks like that one's on just a little bit more than the other one, so we'll move it up this way just a little bit. And that looks pretty darn close. Go ahead and snug this down. And then we'll hop on and go for another ride on the lift. It's like getting on a horse. I gotta go to this side. Can't get on from the other side. Okay, once again, find the correct place for you. I like to push it in until I can just see the edge of my shoulder. And that looks pretty darn good right there, gang. Let's go ahead and final tighten that bottom 5/8 body fastener. Once again, supporting. If this moves while you're tightening it, just back it off a little bit and reposition it. It did move a little bit. And crank her down. Bam! There we go. Get our set screwed nice and tight. Okay, done. Now, all we got left to do is put our turn signal back on there. Here's that swivel I was talking about on the other side. See how that has the ability to swivel? So if your mirrors are, if your turn signals are looking a little wonky, you can loosen them up and readjust them. See how it can go in, it can go out, it can go up, down. Once again, we kind of want to make it look similar to the other side, so we'll just snug this up. And then we'll have a look and see where it's at. It's kind of facing out a little bit, so we'll bring it in. That looks down, maybe down just a skosh. That looks pretty good right there. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten up this signal. And of course it wants to turn. Oh, now it just broke free at the bottom. Oh, there goes the mirror moving. Oh, Jiminy. That's okay. We cranked that down pretty good. Let's tighten it a little bit better. There we go. Snug that one up. And now we have to tighten this 1/2 inch one because this is threaded into the turn signal. Another one of Harley's brilliant engineering feats. Now, unlike the Harley mirrors that don't have any adjustment on them, if you find over time that this portion of your mirror gets a little loose, in other words, it's not staying where you adjust it, it's acceptable to just snug down those 3 little screws. And what that will do, it'll make that tighter. So over time, if they seem like they're a little looser than when you first installed them, just carefully snug those up. You don't have to crank them down or you won't be able to move it. Tighten them up, good to go. Let's get on our iron horse one last time. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, we don't want to sit on those wrenches. And see what I mean by this one, we can move around, no problem. And there you go. Simple as that. Cycle standard. Mirrors, get some, and then go for a ride.